Surely this is the end of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Welcome to another video. Looks like there's a Yu-Gi-Oh outage. And you know what that means. We gotta play the backup game. Alright, today we are playing Magic Arena because Yu-Gi-Oh servers are down. So, you know what? Don't complain. We're gonna do a draft. New set. March of the Machine. I got a draft token. We're in. And looks like we got a Mythic and a Rare. So, Mythic is Grimgrin Corpseborn. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on Dust Lead and Duelist, draw a card. Triggers only once per turn. This is really good in this set because of backup. Grimgrin Corpseborn enters tapped, doesn't untap during the untap step. Sack a creature, untap it. When it attacks, destroy target creature defending player controls and put a 1/1 counter on Grimgrin. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with the Dust Reeds and Duelist because it keeps us in fewer colors, keep us more open. And the Grimgrin is pretty amazing, but it locks us into blue-black. So that's my reasoning. Let's go with it. Mythic Thalia and the Gitrock monster got past us. And another, oh my goodness, what did opponent take? What did the player ahead of us take? Emery, Lurker the Lock, pretty good, but the Thalia is kind of amazing, so we're gonna force these colors. Invasion of Dominaria draws a card and gains life. Flips into a 4/4 Vigilance, which is nice, but Deadly Derision is an amazing removal spell. Angelic Invention, also pretty amazing, but the Deadly Derision gives us a treasure. I think that's probably the way we could go, and that'd be a bit better. Botanical Brawler enters with 2 counters, so that's some good counter synergy. We are looking for backup cards, which I don't see right now. Angelic Intervention, also a really good card, and has blown me out on several occasions. So I think I'm torn between these two. Honestly, I'm going to take this because it has fewer pips, even though the Deadly Derision is a very good card. That's my reasoning. Let's go with it. Also puts a counter on something. Phyrexian Censor, pretty good. Stopping opponent from casting more than one spell, but also stops us unless we're playing a heavy Phyrexian deck. We are going to try and stay in mono pip territory if we can. Phyrexian Censor, pretty solid pick though. Defector. Infected Defector. Kind of mid. And the Gargantua, also kind of mid. Draws 2 cards. Makes us lose 2 life. 6 drop. 4/4. Kind of mid. Kit Sale, okay. The land, not really. And the colors we're looking for, so I think that is what we're going with. Phyrexian Censor. Alright. Botanical Brawler. I mean, at this point, I think I'm going to take it. The Skyward flip stuff, but we're looking for backup cards. Now, we could get the Consuming Aetherborn. This card is a backup card, which is nice. But I think the Botanical Brawler is a bit better. You can go pretty crazy if you get a couple counter synergies going, so let's go with that. Also, another option is a Skittering Surveyor. Skittering Surveyor might actually be better because it searches for lands. So we're going to go with the Skittering Surveyor. Keep ourselves open. Alright. Sailback's pretty good. The Bola Slinger, very good. Tapping opponent's creatures if we're going to go aggro town. Overgrown Pest, also kind of nice. Kind of like a Skittering Surveyor, draws a card. But I think we're going to go with the Bola Slinger in order to get those counter synergies. Sailback, definitely a good option though. Actually, you know what? We'll probably get another one of these. So I'm going to go with the Sailback just because Sailback will give us some removal for artifacts and enchantments. And he has haste. Backup, little boss. Alright. +2/+2 is flying, not terrible. 4/4 make a 2/2 knight is okay. Atraxis Fall is pretty good removal. The Portent Tracker is very nice though. This card lets you untap your lands, boost your mana, also removes counters from battles if we do get a battle. This would be pretty good. Not mana fixing though. Yeah, so I think those are the 2 real options, and we don't have any knights right now, so I think I'm going to go with the tracker. All right. It's not an exact science, this drafting. There you go. See, I said we get another Bola Slinger. Easy. Corrupted Conviction is kind of mid, so there we go. Bola Slinger. Backup 1 lets us put a counter on a creature. Alright. Rampaging Geoderm's a nice card, but not what we're doing right now. This little gateway, Sunder the Gateway is kind of nice. It makes a token. Iridescent Blaster also kind of nice. I'm not really seeing any colors that are open. It seems like kind of everything's open right now. So I think I'm going to go with the Sunder the Gateway. We can either destroy an artifact, incubate 2, or incubate transform. So basically make a 2/2. This Emery Wield, that is very interesting. Corrupted Conviction's pretty medium. I don't really need Bloodfell Caves, so I'm just going to take this Emery. We are rare drafting right now. We are rare drafting. The best way to get value in arena drafts is to rare draft, so that's why we're doing it. Let's see if we get another sweet pass. Skittering Surveyor is amazing. I'm not sure how this got all the way around. I'm going to take another Skittering Surveyor. The Wildwood Escort also really great because it lets you get cards back from your graveyard, but Surveyor is going to let us fix our mana. Invasion of Pirula is not too interesting, neither is this Arbor. I'm going to take this just because I don't think we're going to play it though. Not in our colors. And nothing really too good here either, although this Scape Shift actually okay. I don't think we're going to be playing blue. And the Flywheel Racer is actually not terrible. Flywheel Racer I think is like an underrated pick. We'll play this Plains. Alright. Pack 2. This Thrill Seeker. Now, this doesn't fit in our deck at all. And we could be taking some other solid cards from this pack probably. It's like this Enduring Bond Warden. But the Thrill Seeker we might end up playing and it's a rare, and I'm rare drafting. We're in Rare Draft City. We're going to hope to get past some nice white, green, and black cards. Because this Thalia and the Get Rog Monster is just chonky town. Oh no, we got past 2 amazing green rares. Okay, what do we do here? We got Ancient Imperiosaur, which is just a massive bomb, and the Goreclaw, which is also a massive bomb, but less massive of a bomb. The advantage of taking Goreclaw is that we get the custom art, but the Ancient Imperiosaur is really good. And we are playing green, and we don't have a lot of 4-drops, 4-power creatures, so I think I'm going to go with the Imperiosaur, although that was a really hard choice. When you get past 2 rares, and you don't know what to do. This Convoking creature, you convoke by tapping creatures you control. Basically each creature counts for 1 mana, and then it gets 2 counters for each creature that convoked it, which is often going to mean it has a crazy number of counters. Alright, we have a lot of Skittering Surveyors. We also have this Overground Pest. Anything else here we want to see? Halo Forager, the Gargantua is kind of mid. Halberd is pretty sweet, but I don't think what we're looking for right now. Overgrown Pest or the Surveyor. I think I'm going to go with the Surveyor. I'm really high on the Surveyor. Just draws a card. Invasion of Mercadia is a looting effect. Aerial Boost is okay. I'm not getting past a lot of white stuff, although I am getting past green. Kabu is going to put counters on things, which is nice. Soul Steeper, we could play Soul Steeper. I am kind of splashing black though, so it's more of a mid choice. And then we also have Tangled Skyline, which enters the battlefield. You gain 5 life, incubate 5. Phyrexians have reach. I don't think we're looking for more high mana value creatures. I think this kind of mid mana value creature is better. Not playing red. Bola Slinger, another good one. Dune Shaper. Dune Shaper's kind of medium. Elspeth Smite is pretty good removal, and we're pretty light on removal right now, so I think I might take that. So I'm going to take the removal. Alright. Invasion. This one's really good. Deals 3 damage to something, and you flip it into a pretty sweet creature. That's just a flicker. Shisei is medium. So yeah, we're going to take the Black Splash, which we're already splashing for some nice removal. Dejeru and Hazaret is a nice card. This is mid. We already have one of these. The 2/2 lifelinker is actually pretty solid, but like I said, we're here to get value, and we get value by rare drafting. We're not going to play that card. We're rare drafting. Furja's amazing. Are we in enough black to splash that? Or is this too greedy? Is this too greedy? You know what? I'm gonna be greedy. We got some black in the deck already. Back up, Death Touch. This one's good. Love this card. Lets you get an attack in. Puts a counter on stuff. Bonded Beast. Got another Skittering Surveyor or an Attentive Skywarden. Now we don't have any Incubators. We also don't have very many Flyers, but I think I'm just gonna go for the Surveyor. I'm just gonna go max Surveyor value. We'll see if an illegal number of Surveyors is the way to go. Ichor Shade is solid. Just kind of grows slowly. So we're gonna take the Ichor Shade. In the middle of pack 2. Alright, what do we got here? The Dina spun. Dina is pretty nice. Could also take the Aerial Boost or the Etched Doombringer. I think I'm going to take the Dina. I don't know if we'll play this. This might get cut. Crystal Carapace is okay. Probably going to cut that too. Just an equipment or an aura that gives your creature +3/+3 and a ward. So can make your big creature already bigger. Atraxis Fall's nice. Kite Sail could be okay in a deck where we don't have a lot of flying, but I think I'd just rather take the removal. Atraxis Fall is nice to get a nice little forest. Alright. Oh my goodness, Yorion. Now every time I've gotten through this, I've got Yorion and I've tried to make Yorion work. It just flickers everything, gives you so much value. I already have a lot of Yorions though. I've already done the Yorion Life, but flickering all those Skittering Surveyors is too much value to pass up. I'm not going to put him in the companion zone like I did all those other times, but we'll play him in the main deck. Alright. What do we got here? Probably going to end up rare drafting this, but just take a look at the pack. This Lifelinker is pretty solid. We got another Bola. Anything else to put counter on things? No. I think we're going to rare draft, but there's some medium picks in here that I wouldn't mind taking if I was doing this draft for serious. Alright. Creatures with First Strike have Double Strike. I don't think we have a lot of First Striking creatures, so I'm probably going to pass on that. The First Strike is on another Knight entered. Ichor Shade is pretty solid. I might take another Ichor Shade actually over the Lifelinker, because the Ichor Shade puts counters on itself, gets bigger. Timberland Ancient, also pretty interesting. Little creatures could be good actually. I think I am going to take the Alabaster Host. Get our Imperiosaur as big as possible if we do manage to draw it. 4/4 that turns into a 5/5. Backup 1 creature signs damage equals toughness. I kind of like that. It's a 2/2 that can it can be just a 2-mana 3/3 basically. I like that. That is a pretty solid card. Yeah, alright, I think we're going to take this. Puts a counter on something. Or is a 3/3. Alright. Or Historian. Okay, Fertilit's Favor, search for a land. Puts 1/1 counters on creatures. I kind of like that as a little combat trick. Or we could go Final Flourish, which could probably kill a creature. Final Flourish seems pretty nice. Probably nicer than the Fertilit's Favor, actually. Also Gift of Completion. Just a solid engine piece. I think I'm going to go for the Flourish. Having some nice removal is always good. Seraphinu Capenna. Nice little card there. Or we have the Angelic Intervention. This card's really good. The Aeronaut as well. Pretty solid choice. And I already have one of these Angelic Interventions, so I might take the Aeronaut just as another option to go into if I don't want to play this Furja. And hey, there's another Brawler. I passed on those before, but I think now I'm going to take it. And we got Knight of the New Coalition we could play potentially. Not liking anything else in this pack, except maybe the Ichor Shade. Do we want another Ichor Shade? Let's go for the other Ichor Shade. These are just giving us more options, I think. Render Inert's a fun one to get rid of a battle. Flickering could be fun. Oh, I like the Bladed Battle Fan too. Flywheel Racer, another Flywheel Racer. Do we want that? think we're gonna go for the Bladed Battle Fan just because it's a pretty fun combat trick. Scroll Shift could be good with all our bounce creatures though. I'm gonna go for the Skull. I think I got the Scroll Shift. That was what I was going for at the end. Sometimes the decisions are hard. Let's take this Seraph so we have some flying creatures. Another Phyrexian Sensor could be fun. Quenda has double strike. We don't have any first striking creatures. I'm going to take the Phyrexian. Ichor Shade. I guess why not have another Ichor Shade? We can go Ichor Shade Tribal. Ichor Drinker, also pretty solid. And get an Urn, and then we're going to get a basic land probably. Alright, so we'll see how much value we can get. I'm going to have to cut a lot to get this deck to work. Let's go. Alright, so I am going to check this because I'm a lunatic. And I always love trying to run the companion. Where is my Yorion? Can we make Yorion work? Now, we got 51 cards in the main deck. And usually when I play Yorion, it's an additional 20 cards. I like to do about 10 additional lands. 9 to 10 additional lands, which means we're kind of exactly on track for Yorion. Probably cut this Urn. Maybe put in the Crystal Carapace, which has cycling. And we definitely could play Yorion. So, you know what? No apologies. I am going to force Yorion. Alright, so let's just up our lands by 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go 4, 5, 6. And the reason I'm going additional in white is because Yorion's 2 white pips. So if we just draw a bunch of lands, we can Yorion easily. We also have a lot of Skittering Surveyors, which flicker nice. We got the Flywheel Racers for fixing. I could trim this list down, and if I lose with Yorion, here's my commitment. First game I lose with Yorion in the Companion Zone, I'm gonna trim the list down, go down to 40 cards, put the Yorion in the main deck, and not play him as a companion to make our list more consistent. But for now, I think we got a deck. Let's go. See if I get punished. This is the 3rd time in 4 drafts that I have played Yorion in the Companion Zone. So at this point, I'm just like a big Yorion fanboy. In fact, before I forget, we gotta make Yorion the art. And we got the sleeves good. And this is very important if you're ever playing Magic. You don't get to do this in Yu-Gi-Oh! But you're playing Magic, you get to choose your land art. So we're gonna put one little dog plains in there. Whereas there's our dog plains. Then we're going to go pick some nice plains art. Lots of selection here, but this is my favorite. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take out these garbage ones. Let's go back. Look at all the arts you can select. That is one of the parts I love about this game. I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Had more alternate arts. And let's go up the forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 forests. Cut these. And then we're going to go swamps. Gotta get my favorite swamp here. Where's my favorite swamp? Here we go. Heart that. 1. And then we'll go 8 swamps. Alright, there we go. We got it. Forcing Yorion. Oh fuck, that was a mistake. Go back, go back. Almost made a huge mistake there. Gotta cut these 8 forests. Always do a deck audit. Alright. Let's go. Let's see if forcing Yorion can work. The third time. Yu-Gi-Oh! I checked again. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has not fixed their servers, so we're down. We've been down for a full half hour now. This is crisis mode. This is red alert. Can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami, what are you doing? Got a nice little opponent here. Got the Alabaster. We got Chomping Cabby. We got 2 white for Yorion, so I'm gonna keep this. We got a very playable hand. No black mana, but we can get some Yorion value. I think we'll be happy. Oh, nice. Got some ramp and fixing. Love to see that. This is our way to get colored mana. Mana any color. So we could go ramp into this Kavu. Opponent is playing a Death Toucher. Death Toucher that transforms into a card that draws cards. That is pretty good for them. Now, problem with the Flywheel Eraser is it does not have haste. So we actually have to play it now if we want to ramp on our next turn, which is a little awkward. So do I play this now? Play this now, it actually doesn't matter that much. You know what? I'm going to play this and block with it. Next turn we can play the Flywheel Racer. We're not going to block this though. Or are we? Opponent attacks, we block with this? Alright, no. No. Alright. What next? Now we can play the Flywheel Racer, but reminder, it can only tap if it's a creature, which means it won't be able to tap this turn to attack. So I probably should have switched the order of this. That would have been better. Other option, we could play the Serpent Blade Assistant, which isn't really great here because we're attacking into this Death Toucher. But, actually thinking about it, if he transforms this next turn and attacks, we're going to want to block. So I actually am going to put a counter on my Post Sanctifier. And we're not going to attack here. We're just going to hold back. So we're in a nice little stalemate. And we got this protection spell actually, which could be pretty good if our opponent doesn't do too much this turn. Incubates a big boy. Very interesting. Alright, drawing a land is perfect here. So we got two options. We could play the Flywheel Racer. We could play, we got lots of options actually. I think I'm going to play this Flywheel Racer in case we draw black mana. We can get this Verja out because this card's real good. And I'll hold up the Intervention to stop a risky attack. Could also go for an attack here. If opponent does block, then we can kill him with the Intervention. And if they don't block, then we just get free damage and gain a bunch of life. So let's give this a shot. See if opponent goes for the trade. They might. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go for this. We get to put a counter on it. We give it protection from green. Get rid of this War Historian. Opponent has a trick! I never expect this. We're playing with Force of Will. Opponent convoked all three creatures to give our creature -3/-3. Well, no point playing around that. Got. Alright, this is fine. All of that was killing a 2/2. So we're kind of okay with our opponent trading their pretty good removal spell for killing our 2/2. And they still don't have great attacks. Say, you want to hit us with this 5/5. I could trade with the Death Toucher. Problem is, this 3/3 boy is going to be a problem. Hitting us for 3. Now, I could try and block with the Flywheel Racer, but I kind of want it to tap for black mana. So, no blocks here. I'm starting to think about if it's time to buy Yorion. Elspeth Smite, deal 3 damage to an attacking creature is pretty nice. That deals with a lot of opponent's creatures, actually. So let's buy Yorion. And we're not going to cast him next turn, but we want to have him ready. We could attack with this, but I don't think that's a good idea. Elspeth Smite, 3 damage to an attacking creature. Could deal with this is transformed, which is what I'm worried about a lot. Opponent going to pop our Flywheel Racer. I don't like that at all. Opponent just has the answer to everything right now. Convoke. Alright. Hitting us for 3. Do I just burn this? It is pretty annoying. I do want to keep my Serpent Blade alive to flicker with Yorion, so I'm just going to pop this. This is probably not correct, but we don't have any black mana anymore. A little bit rough. Now I can make this into a 4/4. We're probably going to be flickering everything as soon as we draw another land. So I'm going to make this into a 4/4. It blocks the Ravenous Sailback. Doesn't block the 5/5. Doesn't block the 1/1, but we're in a war of attrition until we can get some Yorion value or draw Swamp. Opponent's flooding out, and we are the opposite of flooding out. Just kidding, opponent just drew 2 cards with the Phyrexian Gargantua. Maybe I shouldn't have passed on that card so many times, although we wouldn't be casting it. Would not be casting it right now. Some nice value with Yorion, though. There we go. Is it time to Yorion? I think so. We can put 2 counters on Yorion. That's pretty good. Yorion will be a big boy. Let's flicker. Get that Yorion value. Alright, so do we put 2 counters on Yorion, or is that too much? I mean, you know what? I'm going to put 1 on the Kavu and 1 on the Yorion. I think that's better. That way if they blow up our Yorion, then we still got some bodies on field that are relevant. Opponent's thinking about transforming. Going for it. This thing does have Death Touch. Very annoying. We gotta think about what we're doing next turn. Now this is scary because this means they probably have some sort of trick. I'm gonna block like this. If I block with the Yorion and they trick, kill my Yorion, that's real sad. I don't want to give up my Yorion, so I'm gonna block like this. Looks like opponent didn't have a trick, so maybe I should have played it less safe with my Yorion. Acre Drinker cannot cast. Opponent doesn't have any artifacts. So we're just going to make a 2-2 and hope to draw a swamp. Because we're in not having a swamp territory. And opponent has a second Mind Stinger. That's rough. Alright, let's get in with the Yorion. Hope we draw something valuable. We got him on a 3-turn clock. They also got us on a clock though. And we are extremely trapped on black. Opponent drawing more cards. More card selection. If they kill our Yorion, we're in big trouble. Okay, I'm taking this. Okay, opponent does have potential lethal on us, so really hoping to draw a swamp here. Oh, that Dean is a problem as well. So you can sack a creature and boost its power. Drawing more planes is the exact opposite of what we need. So if I attack here and I just assume he does the most annoying thing, which is transform this. He's hitting us for 1. Oh, he can boost the Dina, so that's real annoying. Boosted Dina could go all the way up to the entire Powerball is creatures, so we're kind of forced to block Dina. And then we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I can't attack here. We are in massive trouble. Not drawing a swamp the entire game and having our opponent kill our Flywheel Racer really is the end of us. Not much we could have done to play around that though, sadly. Sometimes opponents just have it. And this Dina is a huge nightmare. Yep, this is what we saw. Okay, opponent didn't leave any mana out. So we actually can take this. I think our best hope here is to literally take the damage and hope to draw a swamp. Can't believe opponent tapped out. They probably would have had lethal if they just attacked all out. Skittering Surveyor does get us a swamp. Skittery boy, come in just in time. Take action. Get ourselves that swamp we've been looking for this whole time. And we got the Final Flourish. Final Flourish can be the key. We might get our opponent here. So what I'm hoping to do, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let opponent attack, hit us with the Dina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They probably got lethal other ways, but we block these two and we die to a numerous other things. We're going to hope our opponent doesn't go all out. Opponent goes all out. Alright. Well, we block the 2 biggest things and die. That's not even the 2 biggest things. 2 biggest things. And then we're taking 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if the problem is if we kill the Dina, then we still die, and if we don't kill the Dina, then they can just sack creatures that we target with the Final Flourish to murder us. So we kind of lose either way. Kind of lose either way, which is sad. So I will kill one of the creatures that will kill us and hope that our opponent forgets how Dina works. Sack our incubate, actually. We'll sack the beloved Surveyor. Maybe opponent doesn't remember how Dino works. Oh, we're still dead. Alright, sometimes you forget how to count. That is classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, looks like our opponent got us. And I did say as soon as I lost I would remove Yorion from the companion zone. So, for the haters, here I am taking Yorion out of the companion zone. Let's reduce our deck variance now. We can put Yorion in the main deck, and we can cut some bad cards. What are we cutting that's bad? Crystal Carapace, probably 1,000 of our lands. Alright, so cutting our lands back. Down to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is the appropriate amount of lands. Cut this Golden Scale Argonaut. Sailback's pretty good. You saw him beat us in that game. Chomping Kavu's good. Do we want Chomping Kavu or the Bola Slinger? I think I like the Kavu better than the Bola Slinger actually. But let's take a look over here. We got these Phyrexian sensors. Probably don't need 2 of those. Scroll Shift is an interesting card. Get like a little flicker of our Skittering Surveyor could be fun. Does this have Convoke? It doesn't. Doesn't have Convoke. The Seraph is kind of mid. Got a lot of Ichor Shades. And we're light on black, so I'm going to cut a couple Ichor Shades. Final Flourish is really good if we get the mana for it. Ichor Drinker's pretty mana heavy in black, so I'm going to cut that. Alabaster Host is fine. Sunder the Gateway's kind of mid. Atraxos Fall can be pretty good, but as you can see, if opponents don't have a flying creature, it's dead. So I'm okay cutting that. Streetwise Negotiator. Dina is amazing. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep the Flywheel Racer too. So I can do 3 more cuts. Maybe I do cut the Skull. I do like the Scroll Shift though. Scroll Shift a very interesting little trick. Obviously keeping Yorion. My beloved Yorion. Maybe we're running too many tricks. Maybe not though. Dina's really good. Flywheel Racer I need. I don't really want to cut the Skittering Surveyors. Maybe I'll go down all the Ichor Shades. I could go down the Sensor as well. Don't really need the Sensor, and we don't have a lot of Phyrexians. And do I cut a 5-drop? I could cut the Sailback actually. Actually, you know what? We're going to cut this Fursia because we're not really heavily devoted to black. And without the Fursia, I think we'll be more easily casting our spells. So there we go. Do we go up green? I think we're going to go up 1 green, go down a black. Because we're hoping Skittering Survey will fix our mana. Especially now that we're running less junk in the deck. Alright, game 2. Believe in yourself. Don't give up. Now it's funny, but whenever I film games, especially draft games, I always lose. I think it's just like a curse. The content curse. When you're filming gameplay and, you know, things go badly, not much you can do. Alright, so we got pretty solid hand here. We got Surveyor, we got the Dust Legion Duelist, we got the Portent Tracker. Without Yorion in the companion zone, I feel like our card quality's gone way up. Captive Weird, pretty frightening. Whenever 1 or more counters are put on it, draw a card. That's so good though. So I'm gonna play the Tracker because next turn we can do 2 2-drops. If our opponent doesn't kill or counter this. I don't know, a bit early in the game to be countering things, isn't it? Alright, opponent going for it. We're going to use the Skittering Surveyor to get black. Man, opponent is just going ham, just transforming already. I feel like that's so aggressive. Yo, Yorion, adding himself to our hand. Alright, let's Skittering Surveyor. Get ourselves our black mana. If we need white, we search for the Dog Plains. That's why he's in there. And next turn we can go Botanical Brawler Duelist. And then the Bola Slinger will be some pretty amazing value. Opponent is just extreme aggro. Alright. I like this Serpent Blade, but I think... Do I sack my Skittering Surveyor to kill this completed Conjurer? I might have to. So what I'm going to do here is... This is a tough choice. I think we'll play the Dust Legion Duelist, and we're going to hold up the final Flourish. And then next turn, we can play Bola Slinger, put a counter on the Duelist, and then we'll draw a card, which seems pretty nice. Or we could Botanical Brawler first. Yeah, alright. We'll see if we draw land as well. We could even Yorion if we draw land. Drawing Yorion may be better for later. Opponent going. To battle, alright. So here's the trick here. We're going to block like this. And then I'm going to Final Flourish -2/-2. No kicker. So if our opponent saves it, all we do is lose our Skittering Surveyor. Hey, it worked. Okay, nice. This card is really good. Alright. Drawing a land is nice here, because now we can do this. Botanical Brawler, whenever a counter is put on a permanent, we put a counter on the Brawler. So now what we're going to do is put a counter on our Dust Legion Duelist. Then we get to draw a card and put a counter on the Brawler. Very nice. Skull Shift, also not bad. We got some nice blocks for this if he transforms it, because we got the Death Toucher. Opponent, Invasion of Innistrad, gonna kill a creature. Only one though, we got a pretty wide board. I'm actually not too mad about this. I don't even think that was our biggest threat. Is the opponent gonna try and attack though? They might hold back here. They don't actually have good attacks because we can just chump with the Surveyor. Are they gonna remove this Duelist too? Okay, that's not the worst actually. I think I double block here, because his opponent gets to kill one of our two creatures, and they've already kind of... Yeah, they put the Stasis Field on this. We could flicker it to remove the Stasis Field, which would be nice, but... I think I'd rather... Actually... I think I'm going to just kill with the Death Toucher. Nah... What's the... Yeah, just let him have two. I'm going to let him have the two. It doesn't even flip it. Alright, so now we can Yorion and get just like an amazing amount of value, which I kind of love. Yorion! Based Yorion. He's just the best. So much value. Even clears that enchantment away. Look at that beautiful Yorion value. Put a counter on our Dust Legion Duelist. Search for a land. Do I search for another swamp? I don't even know. I think we search for our Dog Plains here, actually. I think we search for the Dog Plains. It's like a good luck charm. Look how much value we just got there. That was amazing. Protocol Knight. Do they have another Knight? They do not, so they're just tapping Yorion. I mean, I don't even think that's a good attack. Seems like a really terrible attack. Not sure why opponent did that. Maybe they're losing hope. Maybe the Yorion has demoralized them and we have this scroll ship to flicker the Yorion to flicker our entire board again. That's so much value. Alright. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. I think I'm going to draw a card. Oh, but if I do this I can't play the scroll shift. So what's our plan? What's our plan? Let's play the Dina. No. Scroll Surveyor. Surveyor's the line. Take action. We're going to get another swamp here because it's the only one we don't have two of. And we're going to pass with the scroll shift. Yorion getting in. Get frisky with the Yorion. Exile a creature. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control. Immediately. This is good. Alright, so we're going to block. like this. We're gonna scroll shift. Flicker the Yorion, flicker our Surveyor. And we draw a card. Not the most value, but you know what? It's value. Drawing a card repeatedly, drawing a land repeatedly. Not the worst at all. That's pretty nice. We're getting close to lethal here. So I'm gonna do this. Get ourselves another card here. Some nice additional value. And do I want to leave a blocker back for this flying creature to stop him from transforming this? Probably. This makes a lot of zombies. So let's get in. And I think this is going to tap a creature, so we get to get in with our Surveyor too. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, tapping. An opponent is very close to lethal. Even if they flip this, we're at risk of giving them a lethal. Do I play the Dina? Playing the Dina could be a good play, but I think I want to keep up my Angelic Intervention. Moment of truth. This guy has Vigilance too. I didn't even realize I had Vigilance. So we got 3 blockers. This is pretty good. And if opponent tries something, we got the Angelic Intervention. Gonna try and hurt our Yorion, our beloved Yorion. Oh, what a blowout. Pro black. Got him. Alright. Alright guys, I was right to take out all those cards and put Yorion on the main deck. I have been blessed. Alright, opponent's going first. We have a lot of really great cards, including a Skittering Surveyor, so let's keep. Do need to draw one more land of any color though for our Skittering Surveyor. Opponent's surveilling. Haven't drawn our land yet. That's a bit frightening. Let's go out with the Alabaster Host. We really need to draw this land. I would hate for our last game in this draft to just be mana screw die. Although we have a lot of 2-drops, so we can hold out. Opponent getting in. I'm gonna trade here. We do want a lot of creatures for our Imperiosaur, but at the same time, not letting us get hit for 4. Love it. Love to see it. Let's get that mana for next turn. Get our black mana. Sorry, dog planes. This is, look, this is the Skittering Surveyor value. Like this boy kills anything, but he can't attack into the Skittering Surveyor. Okay, opponent. Getting frisky. Alright. Don't mind it. Another Skittering Surveyor. I don't think that's the line here. I think we go Botanical Brawler and Dust Legion Duelist, because this boy is getting cheap. Like, he's almost castable. And next turn we can search for a forest because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, next turn we can just cast this. That's actually pretty sick. Alright, next turn we're casting this. We just gotta hope none of our creatures die. Oh, I got a Haster. Oh, I got Trampler. Gonna give their Trampler haste. Getting a big hit. Now, real talk, how much are we taking? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is a chance we die because we're going to be tapped out. Now, what could we do instead? We could do some blocks. I could block like this. Double block, kill the Thrashing Frontliner. Or the Geoderm. Killing the Geoderm seems nice. We do lose our Brawler though, probably. And then what's our play next turn? Play the Chomping Kavu? Alright. Let's play it safe. I don't want to play this boy and get blown out. So we're going to block like this. We're giving up all our creatures. The Imperiosaur is getting further away, but I believe we'll get to the Imperiosaur. Do we play this boy again? Let's count. Let's count. Nah, we play this. We get more counters. We get thick boys. Thick. Because this guy gets a counter too. Do I attack here? You know what? Yeah, let's get frisky. Let's get frisky. Once we get this Imperiosaur down, we're going to be on race mode. Won't gain life. Looks like they're out of gas though. Yes, opponent is out of gas. Love to see it. It's big boy time. Wait, hold on. If I play this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's one short. Play this now. He gets 4 1/1 counters. He's a 10/10. This seems big enough. Lethal in 2 hits. This big boy might even make him concede. Let's go. He gets a counter. And we got this removal, which is also life gain. This is why we played safe. We're still good. We played it safe and we're still in a great position. Ward 2 means it's going to be hard for him to get rid of this, especially in a red-green deck. Urgamon loots and draws. Makes a treasure. That's not going to help him. Gotta draw into something pretty amazing. Or he's getting smorked. Big boy dinosaur. Let's go. Opponent is dealing damage to their thing to try and flip it. That's not going to work. Are they just going to make big bodies? Try and not die? We can pop with the we can pop their creature incubator with our Ravenous Sailback. Oh my god, it's Yorion. Oh, Yorion value is going to be too much for them. Let's pop this Thrashing Frontliner. No. Let's flash the... Get the Historian. And then next turn I can Yorion and get like ridiculous value because I can flicker this. If opponent doesn't concede before then. Like, I don't even care if he flips it now. Let's just get in for big damage. This is lethal damage. He's forced to chump here. Lethal attack. Forced to chump to not die. Still taking 2. Oh, opponent is very dead. Opponent needs a miracle. And I don't think a miracle's coming. Opponent, let us live and play Yorion. Let us attack with the dinosaur. Yorion! Yes! BM with Yorion! GG! Big dinosaur beats. Love to see it. Alright, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Peace.